Potatoes are one of the most beloved and widely consumed foods in the world. From mashed to baked, fried to boiled, they're present in countless meals around the globe. But if you have diabetes, you might wonder, are potatoes safe? The truth is, potatoes are high in carbohydrates, especially in the form of starch. And when you eat them, your body quickly breaks that starch down into glucose, which can cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar. This is why potatoes often raise concern for people with diabetes. One key factor to understand is the glycemic index, or GI. This is a measure of how fast a food raises your blood sugar after you eat it. Foods with a high GI, like many types of potatoes, can lead to sudden increases in glucose levels. And that can make diabetes harder to manage. But here's something most people don't know. You don't necessarily have to avoid potatoes completely. How they affect you depends on three things: the type of potato, how you prepare it, and what you eat with it. Boiled or mashed potatoes, especially when eaten hot and peeled, usually have a high GI. But if you cook the potatoes, then let them cool before eating, something interesting happens. The starch inside them transforms into something called resistant starch. Resistant starch doesn't raise your blood sugar as fast, it digests more slowly, and even supports gut health. So something as simple as chilling your potatoes before eating them can actually help reduce their impact. Also, combining potatoes with protein or healthy fat, like grilled chicken, eggs, or avocado, it can slow down digestion and help stabilize your blood sugar. So the answer isn't just yes or no, it's about how you eat them and how much. Let's look deeper into portion control and the best potato varieties for blood sugar management. Let's talk about portion control. Even if you choose the right type of potato and prepare it properly, eating too much at once can still lead to blood sugar spikes. A standard portion is about half a cup of cooked potatoes, roughly the size of a computer mouse. That might seem small, but for someone with diabetes, it's enough to satisfy a craving without putting your health at risk. Eating potatoes in smaller amounts, combined with fiber, fat, or protein, helps reduce the glycemic load of the meal. That's why pairing them with leafy greens, grilled salmon, or beans is a smart move. Now let's look at different types of potatoes and how they affect blood sugar. First, white and russet potatoes tend to have a higher glycemic index. These are the most common kinds used for mashed potatoes and French fries, and they're more likely to cause glucose spikes. On the other hand, sweet potatoes have a slightly lower GI, especially when boiled. They're also rich in fiber, antioxidants, and vitamin A. But don't be fooled by the word sweet. They still contain carbs and can affect blood sugar if eaten in large amounts. There's also something called new potatoes or baby potatoes. These are harvested earlier, and they tend to have less starch than fully grown varieties. If cooked and cooled, they can be a better option for those watching their glucose levels. Preparation is everything. Frying potatoes adds fat, often unhealthy fat, and increases the calorie load. It also makes the dish more insulin resistant. So avoid French fries and chips. Instead, aim for boiled, baked, or roasted versions without too much oil. And always leave the skin on when possible. Potato skins are full of fiber, which slows down digestion and helps prevent sugar spikes. Up next, let's look at how potatoes compare to other carb-rich foods, and when they can safely fit into a diabetic meal plan. So how do potatoes compare to other starchy foods? Compared to white bread or sugary cereals, potatoes, especially when eaten with skin and in moderation, can be a better choice. They have more vitamins, minerals, and fiber than many processed carbs. But compared to quinoa, lentils, or non-starchy vegetables like broccoli or cauliflower, potatoes can raise blood sugar more quickly. That's why the key is balance, not elimination. You don't have to completely cut potatoes out of your life if you have diabetes. Instead, be strategic about how and when you eat them. Here are a few practical tips to make potatoes safer for your blood sugar. First, try combining potatoes with vegetables high in fiber, like spinach, kale, or bell peppers. This helps slow the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Second, add a source of protein to the meal, such as chicken, tofu, or eggs. Protein helps you feel fuller and steadies your glucose levels. Third, eat potatoes as part of a larger, balanced meal, not as the main dish. A quarter of your plate can be starch like potatoes. The rest should be vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats. And finally, avoid eating potatoes late at night, especially on their own. Your body's metabolism slows down in the evening, making it harder to manage blood sugar spikes. Let's be clear. Everyone responds to carbs differently. Some people with diabetes can tolerate small portions of potatoes without any problems. Others may notice sharp spikes even with a little bit. The best way to know is to test. Check your blood sugar before and after eating potatoes. Keep track of how your body responds and adjust your meals based on that data. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it could be the difference between good control and constant frustration. If you found this helpful, give this video a like and subscribe to Smart Sugar Life. We share practical tips to help you eat better, feel better, and live better with diabetes, naturally.